Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. If you are watching for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha and I hope you do become a part of this beautiful family where we share experiences, we learn and we grow just by clicking the red subscribe button below and hitting that notification bell so that you are one of the first people to be notified when I do post a video. For those of you returning, thank you so much for coming back and I hope you're going to enjoy this video. I feel like my voice doesn't sound fine. Let me have some water. So guys, this video, I feel like this video is going to be all over the place, but I'm going to try and compose it. Yeah, because I'm going to be talking about different topics that I've obviously gone through this past few weeks. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so guys, I think I'm going to be all over the place, but please just bear with me. The first thing that I want to share is how God revealed to me this week that other people won't understand my calling because it was not a conference call. What that simply means is that even if abanye abantu understand even if other people don't understand why I have a YouTube channel, what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, it is fine. They don't need to understand because my calling was not a conference call. It was a one-on-one meeting with God. So how that stemmed was from a place of doubt. And I remember I was actually speaking to my partner earlier on this week, and he was just asking me like, how am I doing and am I like enjoying my holiday? And you know, I just actually shared with him and I told him, was like, you know, this is how I feel about my channel. So I went through a lot of emotions these past few weeks, and one of the emotions was that I kept on asking myself, Uguti, why am I on YouTube? And mainly the question why I am here was stemmed from the place of I felt like I was not growing in the rate that I expected myself to grow, like in terms of my subscribers, my viewership. I felt like I wasn't growing as much as I thought I would or as much as I think I should. And I think that came from a place of seeing how other people are growing, you know, in as much as you don't really compare with yourself with others, but you can't really lie and say you don't see other people's growth. And with that being said, you know, I questioned myself a lot and I was like, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I even here? You know, when I feel so stagnant, I feel like others are growing at a much faster and quicker rate than I am, you know, and it makes you question yourself and start asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing enough? And I was just all over the place with my emotions. And I remember asking God, Uguti, like, should I even carry on with this channel? Should I still be here? Because I was honestly at a point where guys, like I was just at a point of, you know, wanting to quit because I was just like, what's the point of me going through so much effort to shoot a video, to edit a video, the struggles of uploading the video, you know, and then only for my video to be watched by 50 people, you know. And I was questioning myself so much. And I remember asking God, Uguti, how am I going to touch people if only 20 or 30 or 40 people are watching my video? And I remember right there and then I could hear God speak to me and he responded and he said, what if that 30, what if that 20, what if that 10 people who have watched your video are the ones who needed that video at that specific time, are the people who needed to be touched by the video? And literally there and then I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. And it really blew my mind. And it goes back to that thing, Yoguti, quality is better than quantity. So that has really shifted my perception and it really realigned me to my calling, Yoguti. I must just remember what my focus is. And remember, even if 5 people watch my video, even if, 10 people watch it, if those people feel inspired, they feel touched, they feel motivated, that's enough for me. And with that being said, I've been thinking a lot of how, it's easy to fall trap, of doing the norm, doing what everyone is doing. You're in the sense of, I think we've all picked up, or maybe I'm just the one who's picked up that, YouTube lately is it's very congested, number one, but I kind of like am getting the feel that a lot of people are doing the same thing. Like, people are starting to look so similar. I don't know if it's just me, but people's content is becoming so similar. And with that similarity, one thing I've picked up is everyone is living this perfect life. And don't get me wrong, guys, like, I know we all have different areas of expertise and we all have been called to do different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I sometimes wonder, Ogoti, the bougie lives that, some people put out there, like, is that really your life? Because, sometimes when I watch certain people's videos, I'm like, yo, this person's life is so perfect. Like, perfect. Everything is just perfect. And it makes me wonder, like, is that really your life? Is that the life that you're really living? Is that really who you are? With that being said, I really felt like God has been testing my faith and, just testing me in general. Uguti, stay in alignment. Don't lose focus. Don't focus on what other people are doing. And remember what your calling is and your main reason for being on this channel. And that has really just, realigned my focus. And I'm at a point now, nobody if you like, I'm at peace because I know maybe there was 10 people who watched who needed it. And it makes it so easier now because I've never done it for the quantity. It's always been for quality, but it's like, I'm such at peace. I'm doing it so freely now and it's exciting. And, I'm just doing it with my whole heart because I know, Guti, I'm doing it to just change someone's life. Even if one person's life is changed, I'm at peace with that. Another thing that really, just came about part of this conversation was being reminded, Guti, we are not human beings on a spiritual journey, but we are spiritual beings on a human journey. And that really like shaked my heart because it's so easy to think we're just human beings who are on a spiritual journey. But in actual fact, we are spiritual beings on a human journey. And every encounter that we have with someone is a spiritual one. It's not a human one, guys, because we are spirits, and I think it's really important to realize that when you have an encounter with someone, it's not a human encounter, it's a spiritual encounter with someone. And that is why there's a quote that says, we don't own people, we only get to experience them. And I felt like that was so powerful because it got me thinking, Uguti, people that we get to spend time with, we're actually spending time with their spirits more than anything. And we're not just spending time with their flesh. Because when you die, flesh is flesh, it dies, but your spirit, goes to, whatever you believe in, So, yeah, that really also blew my mind away. And with that being said, just this whole thing of, being realigned to why I'm on this platform and, being realigned to focusing on my calling, was now the thing of, I was watching Atlekhan's video. I love watching her content. She said in one of her videos, Uguti, the reason why she actually started a channel was because she just wanted a platform where she can share everything that goes on in her mind and in her heart. And I was like, yo, I girl, same WhatsApp group, like I feel you, because I started this channel also to just literally share everything that my mind can't really keep, and everything that I just want to get off my chest, and everything that I just want to share with the world. And another reason why I started this channel was I don't want to be remembered as the girl who was beautiful. Yes, it's all good, you know, but I don't want to be remembered as the girl who was beautiful, who had beautiful clothes, who dressed well, who had a beautiful home, who had beautiful bags, who, you know, like, I want to be remembered for how I made people feel. I want to be remembered for how I inspired someone, how I made someone, you know, get themselves up, you know, when they were down. I inspired someone to do better, you know, to change their lives in whatever positive manner. I don't want to be remembered for things that I had, you know. And it took me back to this quote I once came across one day. It said, when you die, no one is going to say she had a beautiful couch or beautiful shoes. You know, people are going to speak about you for how you made them feel. And that is why I am here on earth. That is why I'm on this channel, because I want to inspire someone so much that when I'm no longer here one day, I want someone to be able to come back on this channel and be like, yo, Natasha, her content, it really motivated me. It uplifted me. I learned so much from her, you know. I did better in this. I did better in that because of her motivation, because of her teachings. Her experiences inspired me too, you know. So another thing that really touched me this past week was, you know, or a thought that was just going through my mind is, are we treating God like a genie? You know, like, are we treating God like a magician where when you want something, you remember who God is, but then once you get it, you forget who he is? Or do you only know God when you actually want something from him? You know, and that really, like, it shook me, you know, because I always strive to remind people that a relationship with God is not about what we can get from him. It's about who he is in our lives, you know, who we are in him, you know, and not about what he can do for us. Don't get me wrong. I love how TD Jakes says, God doesn't mind us having things, but he minds things having us. And I felt like that was so deep, because God doesn't mind you having things. God doesn't mind blessing you. As he says in his word, he wants you to see the goodness of him in the land of the living. But God minds when things have us, you know, when what we can get from him becomes our sole purpose from us having a relationship with him. And I just want to remind you today that let your relationship with God be for who he is. Him saving your life, you know, and his grace towards your life. You know, like, you could have been somewhere else. You could have been someone else. You could have been dead in the grave, but his grace is the only reason why you are here on this earth today. So I just want to inspire someone out there that don't make your relationship with God be about what he can do for you, you know, and don't use God. If you go to him in prayer for things that you need, don't forget him even when you have those things, even when you don't need anything. A relationship with God is not about what he can do for us. A relationship with God is about who he is in our lives and what he has done for us, which is solely the purpose of him, you know, giving his one and only son, you know, to be crucified for our sins, to save us so that we can be alive today. It's all about grace. Something I thought I should share was I once came across a video by this other lady on Instagram, and she shared how this was the scenario. She said, when a child wants sweets from a sweet jar, but the child is not feeling well, the parent has two options. It's either they give the child the sweets, and even though the child is not feeling well, and the parent knows ukuthi, if they give the child the sweets when the child is not feeling well, it's gonna make them worse health-wise, but it'll make the child feel better because that's what the child wants. Or the second option would be for the parent to say no to the child and not give them the sweets because they know the sweets are not good for them because they're not feeling well, and then the child facing disappointment. And this lady said that's exactly how God is with us. You know, God knows, Guti, that one thing you want will make you feel happy. But maybe that one thing you want is not the thing that you need. And that was so deep, because even if you get that one thing, it will make you feel good, but it's not what you need to make you feel better. And that's how God is with us. He knows what you need and what's gonna be the best for you, so he gives you that. But he'll never give you something that you want, knowing very well, Guti, it's not gonna be what you need or what's good for you. And I feel like that's just something that really blew my mind away, and something that we need to remind ourselves about, that sometimes God won't give you that thing that you want because it's not what you need. It may make you feel good at that time, but it's not what's going to ultimately make you feel better. And if he doesn't give you that thing, don't despair. Don't, be angry at him. Just know, Ukuti, he wants to give you what you need and something that he knows is good for you. And lastly, another big lesson that I learned was from a friend of mine. And I don't think she realizes how what she shared with me really touched me and really changed my life. But I was speaking to a friend of mine and she shared something and said, Uguti, yeah, in her life, she no longer feels entitled to anything and anyone. She doesn't feel entitled to her partner marrying her. She doesn't feel entitled to her friendships. She doesn't feel entitled to, people just generally being there for her or doing things for her. And it really blew my mind away, and it got me thinking, Uti, how easily we actually do become entitled, to our partners, to our friendships, to relationships, family. You feel like because my boyfriend is with me, he's entitled to marry me. Because she's my friend, she's entitled to give me attention when I want it. She's entitled to being there for me when I need her to be. She's entitled to listening when I need her to listen. Family, they're entitled to protecting us, they're entitled to being there for us when we need them, or whatever the case may be. And she really actually opened my mind, because no one is actually entitled to give you anything. Everything that people give you is out of choice. They have a choice to either give you love or not give it to you. They have a choice to either give you care or not give it to you. They have a choice of being there for you or not being there for you. And people only give you what they want to give you. So if a person gives you care, it's because they want to. If a person gives you love, it's because they want to. If a person decides to commit to you, it's because they want to. But it's not because you are entitled to it. It's nothing about you being entitled to whatever they're giving you. Everything a person gives you is by choice. Just as they have a choice of giving it to you, they also have a choice to not give it to you. And that was one of the biggest lessons I learned these past few months, that I no longer feel entitled to anyone's attention. I no longer feel entitled to anyone's care, affection, love. I no longer feel entitled to anyone lending me their ear. I no longer feel entitled to anyone's presence, and I'm starting to appreciate whoever can be there for me because it's out of choice. And it just also lessens the whole expectation thing, because expectation at times can be the root of all heartache. So I'm no longer in a space of I'm expecting anyone to do anything for me, and I'm just in a space of whatever comes, whatever doesn't. And when someone does give me their love, their affection, their attention, you know, their care, you know, their presence, I'm just learning to appreciate it, because I know it's by choice. It's by choice. And if that person wanted to, they wouldn't. And if they are giving it to me, it's all coming from a place of choice and because they want to. So yeah, guys, those are the lessons that I learned. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that I did inspire someone somehow, and that whatever you have taken from this video, you also apply it in your life and it will change your life in some way or the other. If you have not subscribed to my channel as yet, please do so. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it, and let's interact in the comment section. And once again, don't forget to hit your notification bell so that you're one of the first people to be notified when I do post a video. And I will catch you guys in the next video.